10 clear signs of Jesus' second coming. What if Jesus came back tomorrow? Would you be ready? How would you even know he's on his way? These questions have intrigued believers for centuries. Today, we're diving into the 10 clear signs of Jesus' second coming. Not to set dates, but to open our eyes to what's happening around us. Are you ready for some eye-opening insights? Let's go. 1. Wars and violence increasing. First up, let's talk about wars and violence. Jesus warned that nation will rise against nation and kingdom against kingdom. Sound familiar? Our world today is full of conflicts, from long-standing regional fights to new global tensions. We've got more destructive weapons than ever before, and violence seems to be everywhere in the news. The book of Revelation even talks about a horseman on a red horse who takes peace from the earth. Pretty intense, right? While conflict isn't new in human history, the scale of potential destruction nowadays is off the charts. Really makes you wonder, are we seeing these ancient warnings play out in real time? Food for thought as we move on to our next sign. 2. Earthquakes, famines, and diseases. Next up, earthquakes, famines, and diseases. Jesus mentioned these too, saying there'd be great earthquakes, famines, and pestilences in various places. Earthquakes have always shaken things up, but some say that they're happening more often now. Scientists are still debating that one. As for famines, even with all our farming tech, millions of people still go hungry. Climate change and conflicts aren't helping either. And diseases? Well, we've all lived through a pandemic recently, right? Plus, there are superbugs, old diseases making comebacks, and new ones popping up. These three, earthquakes, famines, and diseases, are giving our world a real shakeup. Whether you see them as end-time signs or ongoing challenges, they're definitely leaving their mark. 3. Environmental disasters. Let's talk about our environment. While the Bible doesn't directly mention climate change, it does describe some pretty intense natural disasters. These days, extreme weather is making headlines left and right. Massive hurricanes, raging wildfires, devastating floods. Seems like Mother Nature's throwing everything at us. Scientists warn we're facing a perfect storm of environmental problems. Climate change, vanishing species, water shortages, it's a lot to handle. The book of Isaiah talks about the earth wearing out like a garment. Sounds a bit like our current environmental crisis, doesn't it? Whether you see these as a sign of the end times or a wake-up call to take better care of our planet, one thing's clear: our relationship with nature is at a turning point. 4. Moral decline. Now for a tricky one: moral decline. Jesus said that because of the increase of wickedness, the love of most will grow cold. It's tough to measure morality, and every generation thinks the next one is going downhill. But there are some big changes happening in how we view right and wrong. Traditional values are being questioned, and behaviors once considered taboo are becoming normal in many places. Some see this as progress, others as a sign of decay. The Bible compares the end times to the days of Lot, when people rejected moral codes. Sounds like today's anything-goes attitude. This clash between changing values and traditional morals is a big part of our times. Is it a sign of the end? That's up for debate. 5. Israel's rebirth. Here's a big one: the rebirth of Israel. Many see this as a major sign of the end times. For almost 2,000 years, Jewish people were scattered around the world. But in 1948, something amazing happened. Israel became a nation again. The Bible has tons of prophecies about Jews returning to their homeland before the end times. Books like Isaiah and Ezekiel talk about God gathering his people from all over. Plus, Jerusalem is still a huge focus of global attention, just like the Bible predicted. Whether you see Israel's rebirth as a miracle, a political event, or both, it's a big deal in biblical prophecy. It's like watching ancient predictions come to life in our modern world. 6. Globalization. Let's chat about globalization. While it's not directly mentioned in the Bible, many think it sets the stage for end times events. Think about it. We live in a global village now. You can video chat with someone across the world, buy stuff from any country, or hop on a plane and be somewhere else in hours. This connectedness brings cool benefits, but also new problems. Issues like climate change, terrorism, and pandemics affect us all, no matter where we live. Some see this trend as lining up with Bible prophecies about a unified world system in the end times. The idea of a global government or worldwide economy seems more possible now than ever before. Love it or hate it, globalization is changing our world in big ways. 7. Technology boom. Now, let's geek out about technology. The Bible doesn't mention smartphones, but it does talk about some pretty advanced capabilities for its time. We've gone from horse and buggy to space travel in just a couple centuries. We can send instant messages worldwide and carry a world of info in our pockets. Mind-blowing, right? The book of Daniel mentions knowledge increasing in the end times. Well, with AI, biotech, and space exploration advancing so fast, we're definitely seeing that. But tech is a double-edged sword. It brings amazing benefits, but also the potential for massive destruction. Some see our tech capabilities as setting the stage for end times events. Whether you find it exciting or scary, technology is reshaping our world in ways that line up interestingly with biblical descriptions. 8. False teachers rising. Here's a sign Jesus himself warned about: false prophets and messiahs. He said they'd perform great signs and wonders to deceive, if possible, even the elect. You might think this doesn't fit our scientific age, but despite, or because of, all our tech, people are hungry for spiritual experiences and meaning. We're seeing new religious movements, cults, and self-proclaimed saviors pop up. Some mix different faiths, others claim new revelations. Even in politics, business, and entertainment, some leaders inspire almost religious-like devotion. This spiritual marketplace, with its mix of genuine seeking and potential deception, fits Bible warnings about the end times. It's a reminder to be careful about who or what we follow. 9. Attacks on faith. Let's talk about challenges to faith. The Bible warns of a time when people will mock religious beliefs and deny key teachings. We're in an era where traditional faith often gets questioned. Science and tech advances have led some to doubt religious explanations of the world. There's a growing trend of secularization in many places. Fewer people, especially young folks, identify with organized religion. Some even actively oppose religious beliefs, seeing them as outdated or harmful. The Bible predicts this kind of skepticism. It talks about people in the last days denying God's creation and judgment. This tension between faith and doubt, between old beliefs and new worldviews, is a big part of our times. For many believers, it's a clear sign of the end times approaching. 10. Gospel spreading worldwide. Let's end on a positive note. The spread of the gospel. Jesus said that before the end, this gospel of the kingdom will be preached in the whole world. Now, Christianity might be declining in some places, but it's growing fast in others. It's booming in parts of Africa, Asia, and South America. Even in places with persecution like China, underground churches are growing. Plus, modern tech has helped the gospel reach places it never could before. Through radio, TV, internet, and apps, people in remote or restricted areas can access Christian teachings. This global spread of the Christian message is seen by many as fulfilling Jesus' prophecy. It's a reminder that even in challenging times, the message of hope keeps spreading. Well, that's all for today. It's pretty mind-blowing how ancient prophecies seem to line up with our modern world, isn't it? Now, we'd love to hear your thoughts. Do you see these signs playing out in the world today? Or do you have a different take? Drop your comments below and let's get a conversation going. If you found this video intriguing, don't forget to smash that like button and hit subscribe for more content that'll get you thinking.